That's right. That's right. Right back like I left some. It's your hostess with the most. Is burning like toast. Is cosmogony. That's right. Jehovah Chronicles number 56. Number 56. We climbing quickly. Um, we came back to finish the part 2 to the cosmogony and prophecy. Didn't want to keep it too long, and I'm sorry that I kept you too long. But when you're trying to do good works for others out there in Etheria, back down here, and sometimes it take up your little time, man. But hopefully, created and brought y'all back peaceful and blessed up. Shout out to the created gang, and peace to all the righteous gods and Nirvanian goddesses, man. Created gang is in the house, man. Hey, it was a eventful yet uneventful week. An eventful yet uneventful week. How was that, Cosmo? For the simple fact is we were supposed to have a debate this week between the Christian apologist named G-Con. I guess he Christian apologist was supposed to go up against the brother Selah Shalom. And I ain't gonna say the brother ran, but he sure didn't try to make up the debate. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I had a problem the last minute. You dig what I'm saying? And you had a week ahead. And an hour or two before the debate goes off, you back out. No reason as to why. No, you know what I mean? I thought that was a little cowardice. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say he was scared, but I'm gonna say he's a runner. He's a track star. He gonna run away when it get hard. That's for sure. You dig what I'm talking about, man? Hey, man, that's about what? 6, 7 guys in a row been running from a watch. The dude didn't step up and take the debate against Daryl. Had the guy Angelo wouldn't take the debate against me. He ran last minute. And what's the other one? JJ 7000. That debate didn't go off. What's the other one? And then 3 niggas in a row with Selah. Waspy got these boys terrified. And the crazy part is they just won't pick up the book. You dig what I'm talking about? What the song say? Get like me. You dig what I'm talking about? But you got to go get that for yourself. Same way I went and got it. Same way everybody who is a faithist went and got it. My thing is, man, I never understood. This is what the confusion was with me personally. Now that I look back at it, many of these people claim to love the Creator. They swear up and down they love their God. They will. I didn't heard them say they'll do anything. I didn't even heard them as much as say they will kill a baby. Right here today, 2023. If a spirit came and told them in a dream or otherwise to go and sacrifice a baby, they would do it. I've heard that they love they God that much, right? But when somebody tell you that really, if you really want to show that you love your creator, show that you trying to get close to him, read this book. It's no, it can't be wrong. They want to be right more than they willing to be righteous. What is the faith that's saying that you got a problem with? You claim to love the creator, right? So do I. Right? You even claim to love God. Okay, I give you that. What's the holdup? Oh, it's plagiarized. Man, I done heard them say it's plagiarized from some. Show me anything in Owaspy that's plagiarized. First of all, Owaspy is a primary source. You don't have no, groovy guru, like my brother say, the groovy guru guidebook. You don't got that. But we got a practical guide to the spiritual life here. For the advancement of not only you and your brother, man, but the whole world. Don't that sound like it just make more sense than I'm gonna just do it just for these little bit, a couple more people? Just these niggas. And how do you even prove that these is the Israelites? When many people in the Near East, Canaanite or otherwise, praised in the exact same way. How do you prove 2,500 years later that you that people here in America? You see the logical problem, the logistical problem. And if you got a problem with the text, right? If the text has an issue with itself, right? That's an issue of the God. That ain't nothing of yours. Why you holding on to it so hard? You ain't writing damn word in it. They sold your grandma that pie in the sky. How many years? She was given to the church and Rem Soft Shoe and Pastor Alabaster and Rem Poke Chop. How many years did she break open that place? But when them lights went out, couldn't get a coin from the church. Couldn't get no food from the church. Couldn't get no help. What you niggas talking about? It's wasted energy, it's wasted time. Owaspy say, this the cold part. Owaspy say, it ain't here to blow no nigga horn. It's not here to toot your horn or toot its horn. Owaspy say it's not here to create no leaders, no big U's, little me's, and follow me leaders forth, Moses ass, face ass niggas. We ain't making none of them. Not at least not one of them. If one gonna be a Moses, all of them got to be a Moses. Owaspy say it's not here to tear down that old raggedy religion. It's not here to patch up no old clothes. This that new Gucci. You dig what I'm talking about? This that new Ferragamo. You dig what I'm talking about? This that new ball, man. Right? Something for this era, for this time. Huh? Not stuck and bound to the stuff that that our ancestors was bound to. Why would we be bound to that? Huh? They didn't have computers then. Stuff is different. So now you got to work it out the best way you can in today's era. Right? For the last 2,000 years, what you've been doing? You've been saying the Lord's Prayer. 2,000 years. You've been asking for Jehovah's kingdom here on earth. You've been asking God to bring that kingdom here. True God come today and ask you, well, which one of you niggas is ready? Who willing to start to put it in practice? How you start, Cosmon? Purity your body. Change your diet. Be vegetarian, herbivorous, herb-based. Do good stuff for people as much as you can. And live to the best. What Owaspi calls it, living to your highest light. But live to the best you know how. That is what it is. That's exactly what it's saying. Live to the best way you know how. Do good when ain't nobody looking. When there ain't no benefit for you to do a good act for somebody, do it. That's how you get strong. That's called aggregation of spirit. Remember, spirit and flesh are opposites. You dig what I'm talking about? Hey, Malachi, fool, man. Hey, shout out to Honor and Humility, man. Y'all go over there and log on and subscribe, like and share, man. That's my brother Malachi Maccabee. He said he got Gilligan off the island. Oh man. Shout out to Malachi Maccabee, Elijah 7 up in this thing. My sister Keela, she about to get that little Ashar, the spin in the world, Ashar Osir. Woohoo! That's my nephew, punk. That's my nephew. Ashar Osir. Ooh, that's hard. Dang, that's hard. I would have a son just to name him that. Ashar Osir. Ooh. Hey, anybody who know or has read Owaspi, man, y'all know how I feel about my guy Osir, man. He was the truth. He was the truth. Osir had to be a gangster in his past life. He had to be. Yo, he pulled the avalanche right up to the two-dog crib. He just crashed the front door in like a SWAT team. He, boom, blah, boom. Dog was still talking to him like, you better not be approaching my throat. He mushed the nigga like, get over here, man. Move this shit. Tear that down over here. Tear that thong down over here. Get all this over here. Move this. Yo, they came through there like the mob squad. That boy Osir was for no games, man. Y'all go ahead and read that book of Osir, man. Oh, man, it's fire. Let me see what we got going on here. Let me see if I can share this thing for y'all. Let me get this off the screen. Cosmogony. Shout out to all my folks in the mitten, man. It's been cold up here, raining. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout out to the Creative Gang. It's been freezing last night. The Transformers was blowing left and right. The whole sky was lit up, blue and green and pink, and there was bang, boom, bang, boom, all night, man. Jack held your boy down, man, and it browned out. It blacked out for him. It blacked out like 3 times, but never for really like over a minute. And ours kicked right back in. Everybody around us, they stuff is blacked out. Crazy, man. Y'all looking out for your boy. We was last time. Let me get in here real quick and let me blow this up because I can't even see it. Okay. This is the book of cosmogony and prophecy. As we learned in our last time that we were talking, cosmogony and prophecy go hand in hand. There is no divining creation, prophecy, without there first being a creation and then understanding how it was created. This is a cosmogony. I hear a lot of people commonly mix up the word cosmology and cosmogony. A cosmogony is a telling of how creation was created. So what Owaspy reveals to us is that there are absolute, let me go back up here. Let me go back up. I think it's at the end of 8. Let me look at this real quick. Da, 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 da. Let's get right to it real quick. All right. Right. Let's start here at 7 and 9. Let's go back and just piece together a little bit about prophecy. These revelations are chiefly made so that man can begin to comprehend these things and learn to classify them so as to rise in wisdom and virtue, and thus overcome these epidemic seasons and cycles. So we've already proven that there is an epidemic season and cycle, right? So we got the coronavirus of 2020. We got the Spanish flu of 1920. We got the cholera epidemics, multiple, of 1820. And then we got the plague of 1720. But did y'all know that there was another one? One called the Great Dying, right here in America. 1619. Guess what's after 1619? The Great Dying, right here in America, killing off your ancestors. Look at your ancestors. Because these wasn't the Europeans. They brought the disease and wiped out these people over here in the Americas. Watch this. This is called this time in the 1620s. How ours is called the C19 virus time. This one is called the Great Dying. Right? Watch this. The arrival of European traders and settlers, including 102 pilgrims aboard the Mayflower at Plymouth in 1620. And the settlements by the Puritans in Boston, Salem, and Ipswich a decade later were accompanied by the demise of the native population of North America from what, Cosma? From diseases. The first was a widespread, extremely lethal epidemic believed to be the plague leptospirosis, which began in 1617, followed by a series of smallpox epidemics. Thousands of Native Americans died of these and other European diseases in the course of less than 2 decades. The massive die-off of native population was often interpreted as an act of God by the European settlers. So yeah. They'll deny. They'll try to deny. Oh, this is, it's coincidence. 2020, 1920, 1820, 1720. But Cosmon take them. Come on back some more. 1620. Right? To exactly the same time that we see that these people are coming in contact with your people. And what they call it? The great dying off. The great dying. Right? Now, if y'all want the whole breakdown of how to do this, you're going to have to get into the book, get into the sciences, right? And then build with guys who have mastered parts of these fields. Now, you must still understand what you're coming with is not what they coming with. They have a whole different understanding and approach to what you're trying, well, what you can learn to do. As previously shown, there are positive and negative forces continually going and escaping from the earth. Without these, no creature could live on the earth. The negative imparts to man his corporeal growth, as well as his corporeal desires, passions, and so on. According to the quantity and quality of the corpore solutions in the firmament and their precipitations to the earth, so will men be affected and inclined to manifest. These influences are easily discernible by some persons. One is depressed on a dull day, another inclined to drunkenness and fighting. A bright day inspires man with energy, and y'all know that. When it's raining, it's all cold, and you dig what I'm talking about, all dreary outside, you like, I ain't, nah, I'm straight. You know what I mean? You'll get blowed. You'll chill in the crib and get blowed. You know what I mean? Some people just get depressed. But show sugar as shit. The first hot day, you know they got the poom shorts and skirts on. Summer dresses out. Niggas is barbecuing. Can't wait to drop the top on the car. He done kept in the garage this whole winter. He can't wait. The first bright day. So we can look around us and objectively see that this is true. What it's saying is the gauging of that is an aspect even outside of man. And that understanding of reading the Vortexian line is prophecy. A suis or a clairvoyant is so susceptible, two vortexian currents. These negative and positive currents leaving the earth, we call them ions. Right? He can realize the qualities of a medicine while it is yet in the glass bottle by merely holding it in his hand, or know the character of the writer of a letter by holding the letter in his hand, yet all this accomplished by the vortexian current of the article in question. So he just holding it in his hand, and he can not only read the words on it, he can tell the character and in the mind how of the man who wrote the letter. This is prophecy. This is why they had Samuel open up the school of prophecy. He was teaching stuff that was far beyond what everybody else was talking about. Right? Now let's go down here to 10. Let's go down to 10. Book of Cosmogony and Prophecy, chapter 10. Now, also, let's start right here at 9 first. Let's go to 9 first. 9 and 1. I want y'all to get this understanding that the same force, vortexia, pervades the entire universe, but differently according to volume, velocity, and configuration. Okay, for instance, if we are looking for vortexia and the volume of a vortexia, its proof is a hertz. A hertz is the repetitive sound and volume, or hence the closeness or furtherness of the waves of what they call sound, but it's actually one force. It's all vortex. So you see vortex with your eyes. You hear vortex with your ears. You taste vortex with your tongue. You feel vortex actually not only with the hands in conjunction with the eye, right? But you feel vortexia on the inside. It's in the heart. We call them emotions. So what I'm actually saying to you is that sound, color, and taste are the exact same thing, just being perceived by different parts of your corporeal body. They don't believe you, Cosmo. Let's go. 9 and 2. As previously shown, colors are not substances or things in fact, but records of currents of vortexia. What do we see as vortexia? With our eyes? It's called the electromagnetic spectrum. It's only between 400 and 700 nanometers that we have visible light. But there's nanometers into the thousands and into the negatives. Into the negatives. It's all good, y'all. We all learning. Everybody learning. Everybody. You dig what I'm talking about? Ain't nobody better than nobody. Let me see if I can blow that up a little bit. 1 second. That look better. As previously shown, colors are not substances or things in fact, but records or currents of vortexia and are proportion to their deviation from linear to the adverse parallelism. These fall under the divisors or multiple of 3, being the primaries, yellow, blue, and red. This is what we actually see also in visible light. Corresponding to the times on the Arachno Umbungalo, or the timetable of prophecy, to 1133 and 99, being key in prophecy. Actually, we're not even going to get into that. We're not going to get into that. If y'all want to know how it worked, why Tesla told you 369, why Thompson knew quantum physics existed and that radiation existed, and that radiation was called ether. Huh? If you want to know why he was so sure about something he didn't know anything about or couldn't see, but was so sure. Owaspy says these things that's being revealed, they ain't wholly new. A lot of this stuff is old shit just being brought back that you didn't know. That's why it's revelation. Let's check this out. Cosmogony. 10 and let's just start at 10 and break down 10. It is not part of this book, Cosmogony and Prophecy, to deal with spiritual matters, except only so far as it enables the student to begin etheric knowledge. First, then, there are 2 kinds of prophecy. They ain't never told you that. Did you know that there were 2 types of prophecy? You know Cosmon gonna bring it out. Or 2 ways to prophesy. For example, the ant, the bee, and many animals prophesy in regard to an approaching winter. Even birds begin to fly to tropical regions while the weather is still warm. These creatures prophesy by the direct action of vortexian currents upon them. This is what they call the will of God. This is what they misunderstand as instinct. No, they act directly on the action of the vortexian current. This is why they feel it coming first. The animals is always the first to know when there is about to be a hurricane. They're always the first to know. If you want to know if it's about to be a bad cataclysm, watch the mice and watch the dogs, because they're going to get on. You dig what I'm talking about? Watch them cats, watch the mice and them dogs. When you don't see them, that's a problem. Because they didn't left because they know something coming. Why? Because they prophesy or move by the direct action of vortexian current upon them. They feel what is approaching because the unseen cause. What is the unseen cause? the vortexian currents that come from the vortex, the thing that creates atmosphere, nobody ever asks you or tells you what allows two parts of oxygen to mix with 1 part of hydrogen. Hydrogen and oxygen are 2 different things and are inert and do not mix by themselves. What allows it to? Vortexian current, ether. The 3 to 6 to 9. Huh? Or the 33 to 66 and the 99. But we know there's another step. How we know? Because they feel what is approaching. That's a form of prophecy. Man calls that instinct. But if it's from inside, your instinct, where does it come from? Only from Creator. Because you would only be moving purely in a natural way. So it must come from nature. Nature is the misunderstanding of your Creator. Huh? What do you gain from saying nature instead of Creator? Creator mean it was purpose behind it. There was thought put into it. There's gotta be a reason I'm black in America. I'm going through all this shit that I've been through my whole life. There's gotta be a reason. If it was all just random, well, then we ain't got no hope. They call us faithists because you only need that little bit. Because once you look at Creator, he's so simple to understand. You be sitting there like, duh, why didn't I see this the whole time? I feel so stupid. That's what you think what I'm talking about. I'm not even faking you. You sit and you read OWASP, man. Sometimes you just be like, oh, that's different. I never, you know what I mean? I never looked at it that way, or never heard it ever explained that way. Right? Look what they say though. Man can learn to acquire the same kind of prophecy. And this is different from the prophecy we previously mentioned, where you work out the Ragnarok Gala and all that. Because in this last method, he prophesizes without rules or calculations. But we also understand, as OWASP told you before, cosmogony and prophecy is together because there are absolute rules that govern it. But in this way, he can learn from the unseen cause. Because look what it says. Because the unseen cause is already upon him. And this is different from the prophecy previously mentioned, R369. Because in this last method, he prophesizes without calculations. To attain this type of prophecy. Now, we can get the type of prophecy, the other type, governed by math, absolute rules, and all that. But to get this type, like the animals got, the following discipline is requisite. Listen, y'all. To live in the fields and to study the action of the unseen forces upon himself, to not eat fish, flesh, or any food that comes from animals, milks, eggs, gelatin, honey, etc. To bathe daily, to permit no passion to enter his mind, to abnegate self, and to wed himself to the Creator for righteousness' sake, and to do good, to discipline his mind, to remain in any direction or on any subject for days if necessary, to become oblivious to pain. Huh? How many of us in our advanced ages would love to become oblivious of pain. After which he shall receive anointment from one who has previously attained the seership. To attain such prophecy is to forfeit sexual powers. Uh-oh. I didn't want to hear that, did you? Huh? What they talking about, Cosmo? Same thing they talking about with Jesus. Jesus ain't had no kids because Jesus was Ayesu. Remember, there's grades to this. There's levels to this. When you get so high, what they saying is basically not that you won't want to hunch, right? Not that you don't have that naturally in you, right? Or the want. I mean, you dig what I'm talking about? You may want to, but you're going to be so spiritually high raised that all that shit back there is, I'm not wasting my energy on that. No. You're going to be, not that you couldn't, but that you won't want to. Y'all ready for this shit for real? Or do y'all love this corporate? Is y'all ready for this shit for real? To forfeit appetite, to forfeit ambition for leadership and fame. Shout out to the creative gang, man. We whittle that shit through, don't we? we pluck these niggas through, man. The best of the best come to the creative gang, baby. Nah, man. Ain't no leaders over here. Only Jaja. You dig what I'm talking about? Anybody get to talking that slick shit, you already know. And don't let nobody talk to you about no, leader this, I'm this, big man, that, little man, this. If he talking about he a faithist, he a lie. To forfeit concern for the opinions of the world. How many are ready to do that? Be real with yourself. You ain't lying to me. You ain't lying to me. Be real with yourself. How many niggas worried about what other people say? But some of this stuff, to forfeit the concern for the opinions of the world, we learned in the hood, didn't we? Let me put it in a street term for you. Right? You stay down till you come up. Right? Let me put it in a street term for you. Right? If I look like I ain't got no money, won't nobody ask me for no money. One of the best dope men ever in the world do? We talking about the real Rick Ross. He dressed like the bums, so the police never knew who he was. Big man in the city doing big man thing them. They didn't even know. He looked just like he was smoking. So we learned some of this the hard way, don't we, y'all? We learned this the hard way. Let's go on. In fact, a bride or a bridegroom to the Creator. Not all persons, mortals, can attain to this, right? So don't feel bad if you can't. Ain't no right, no wrong. Just do the best you can all the time, right? This gotta make sense. We can't just be blindly out here willy-nilly. Just do the best you can. As much as you can. And then do some of that good stuff for somebody else. That's it. That's all to it. That's really all to it. Creator say ain't no other way. Ain't no other way. That you can get strong spiritually without doing this. He gave all, so he say, turn around and you give it all. Trying to do what I do. Not all persons or mortals, men, women, can attain to this. This is hard. Well, look what it say. But some are born closely allied to it. They born like this. Many of us got people in our family who say they talk to spirits. Did they get inspirations? These people read what they call even the old schoolers call it reading the vibes. This ain't far-fetched. It's just hard to do. But some are born closely allied to it. How many times you was about to go to the club. You and the crew about to go and tear it up. You and the homies. You and the homegirls all in there clowning. Y'all about to go clown and tear it up. Do what y'all do. And that last moment, something tell you, I don't feel like going. I'm straight. And then your girl call you. You did what I'm talking about. Like, girl, we going to the club. You should have, And then they go to the club. Next morning, she call you 6 o'clock in the morning. Girl, they done shot 30 niggas in the club. Girl, you lucky you didn't go. I got shot 6 times. You did? You would have been standing right next to me. How many times that has happened? That has happened tons of times to you, if you'll be honest. And not necessarily that situation, right? But you listen to that gut telling you, and you was right. The gut was right. And then vice versa. How many times have you not listened to that voice? And you did go. And I guarantee you, because that little voice ain't never, ever been wrong. It's never been wrong. Think about it in your whole lifetime. Every time your gut said, don't do that, and you went and did it, some bullshit happened. I guarantee it. There's no way. I guarantee it. But why you get that? Why? Because some are born closely allied to it. There is also another kind of prophecy in which man prophesies by spirits speaking through him. Listen, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. For lying spirits may come to him. Huh? We not blind to this. Right? So guess what? We take whatever JBN or anybody say who they got some inspiration from, we take it very seriously. We look into it meritoriously from beginning to end, as is the way of God's anyway. So we don't play with it because our book is saying that lying spirits may come to him. Why? Because it's dangerous, nigga. keep playing with these spirits and you don't know what you're doing? Man, shout out to my OGs, real faithers. You did what I'm talking about, out here really doing that spiritual work, like Peter, like Gene and them. Them the real life Ghostbusters. Y'all boys don't have, listen, y'all don't have a clue what's really going on out here. That spiritual war stuff is real. Especially when you learn that man ain't came up with an authentic thought, never. He was inspired at all times. Shit, even Newton had to get hit over the head with an apple. Boop, and oh, the theory of relativity, you say. How many lumps do you want, sir? 3, 4. Man, they had an original thought. Never. He has always been inspired. Always. Just because you can't see spirits is not the proof that spirits ain't there. And actually, it's the reverse. Because you can't see spirits is only proof of your darkness. There are rules to this shit. And since we see the repeating nature of things, right? I want to, and it's 2023, right? I wanted to go into what happened 100 years ago in 1923. So look at some of the stuff that was going on in the world, because it is a logical theory that, and proven in Owaspy is absolutely fact, that time is cyclical and it will repeat and do the same thing if the people don't adjust in a way. So yes, we're gonna have another 100 years, there's gonna be another epidemic, pandemic, unless we avoid it or planned to prevent it. Let's look at what's happening in 1923. Let's look at some of the cyclical state that we're talking about. What was going on in 1923? Most of us never looked at this stuff. You dig what I'm talking about? So this would be a good idea, right? Of what, since we see the cyclical nature, right? Of what could possibly take place. Let's go down here and look at some of the important things. You dig what I'm talking about? Did y'all know this? That the USSR was established in January 1st, 1923. The Swaraj Party is founded in India. Juan de la Sevra makes the first gyroplane flight in Spain. January 10th, the last troops leave Germany. The last U.S. troops leave Germany. 2023. Rouen is occupied by French and Belgian troops to collect reparations. So this is the Ruhr is the Rhineland, which is Germany. Also, we're gonna see some big names pop up in 1923. Names that you may have heard of, but you didn't know what was going on with them. An agreement is reached by the UK and the US, which staggers the repayment of their war debt over 62 years. Right? So the UK owed the US for a war debt. A strike of taxis begins in Amsterdam. The Aztec Ruins National Monument is established in Mexico. The formation of fascist voluntary militia. So fascists, right? Fascists often advocate for the establishment of a totalitarian one-party state and for a derogist economy with the principal goal of achieving autarky or national economic self-sufficiency through protectionist and economic interventionist policies. Whoa. Hold on. That's not good. Fascism is generally defined as a political movement that embraces far-right nationalism and the forceful suppression of any opposition, all overseen by an authoritarian, business-owned government. Fascists strongly oppose Marxism, liberalism, and democracy, and believe the state takes precedence over individual interests. So now these dudes got a voluntary militia. A treaty is signed between the U.S. and countries in Central America. Colonists and socialists are arrested in Italy. 120 people killed in an explosion in a coal mine. The burial chamber. Oh, this was a good one. The burial chamber of Tutankhamun or Tutankhamun, aka King Tut, is opened and the sarcophagus is found February 16th, 1923. Let's go down here and look at some other stuff. Dig this. The import duty on German products is lowered from 26% to 5% in Britain. Dang, they was gouging. They was trying to get Germany up out of there. February 24th, dig this. Arrests of individuals linked to the mafia take place across the United States, February 24th, 1923. The price of bread in Berlin rises to 2,000 marks. Damn. Fascists and nationalists. Same thing happening here in America. The nationalists and the fascists. Jews will not replace us. Those guys. Right? We see them February 26, 1923. There's that Tutankhamun right there. King Tut. March. I always like to see what's happening in my birthday month. Shout out to all the Pisces. The first issue of Time magazine is published. The U.S. declines membership into the International Court of Justice. The International Court of Justice. Anybody ever heard of that? Anybody ever heard of the International Court of Justice? Let's look that up. Booyah. The International Court of Justice. Right? Not to be confused with the International Criminal Court that is also located in The Hague. So the ICJ is in The Hague, which can prosecute individuals under international criminal law. The International Court of Justice, ICJ, or French Cour Internationale de Justice, sometimes known as the World Court, is one of the 6 principal organs of the UN. It settles disputes between states. Listen, notice it didn't say countries. It settles disputes between states in accordance with international law and gives advisory opinions on international legal issues. The ICJ is the only international court that adjudicates general disputes between countries, with its rulings and opinions serving as primary sources of international law. The ICJ is a successor of the permanent, how many of y'all know what this is? The Permanent Court of International Justice. Huh? The PCIJ, right, turned into the ICJ, which was established in 1920 by the League of Nations. After the Second World War, the League and the PICJ were replaced by the United Nations and ICJ, respectively. The Statute of ICJ, which sets forth its purpose and structure, draws heavily from its predecessor, whose decisions remain valid. All member states of the UN party to the ICJ statute and may initiate contentious cases. However, advisory proceedings may only be submitted by certain UN organs and agencies. So this is your international court. The first permanent institution established for the purpose of settling international disputes was the Permanent Court of Arbitration, the PCA, which was created by the Hague Peace Conference of 1899, initiated by the Russian Tsar Nicholas II, right? That's Nicholas II. The conference involved all the world's major powers, as well as several smaller states, and resulted in the first multilateral treaties concerned with the conduct of warfare. Among these was the Convention for the Pacific Settlement of International Disputes, which set forth the international procedural framework for arbitral proceedings, which would take place in The Hague, Netherlands. Basically, they carving up the Pacific. And they sat down like gentlemen. And they worked it out. And they put it in law. And they massacred. They massacred the Pacific Islanders, man. Ravaged those people. And then mixed in with them. Although the proceedings would be supported by a permanent bureau whose functions would be equivalent to that of a secretariat or court registry, the arbiters would be appointed by the disputing states from a larger pool provided by each member of the convention. The PCA was established in 1900, began proceedings in 1902. Interesting. And America declined to be a member. The last article written by Lenin appears in Pravda. Sound on film, moving pictures are shown by Lee DeForest in New York City. The SNDAP is prohibited by the German Supreme Court. President Warren Harding, is the first president to pay taxes. 1923. Vladimir Lenin suffers a stroke for the third time. Transjordan is granted autonomy by Britain. Crazy. Think about what would happen 25 years later. Huh? The Britain gave another people some land that wasn't there, that had never been there. You dig what I'm talking about? Britain, big dogs over there. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout out to Britain. They had the whole Middle East on lock. 13 people are killed when French soldiers fire on workers at a factory in Essen. The first operation on a brain tumor under local anesthesia is performed. Wow. Insulin becomes widely available for the treatment of diabetes. I didn't know that. Central Lithuania is annexed by Poland. A new law in Egypt allows men to vote. 1923. When did my boy take office? When did my guy? Shout out to Haile Selassie. Huh? Rastafari. Huh? Guy. Born in 1892. Died in 1875 at age 83. He took office in 1930. And he played a war in the Italo-Ethiopian War. But you're going to find out the Italian-Ethiopian War is already going on before 1830. Shout out to Rastafari, Haile Selassie. Huh? But not if they are soldiers. They can't vote if they soldiers. A general harbor strike begins in New York City. Wembley Stadium opens in Wembley, London. Dig this. In May, Adolf Hitler, listen, Ernst Röhm, and other Nazis try to break up May Day demonstrations. The crazy part is what actually happens is they get tricked to go down by the national army, right? And the National Army got Hitler and them marching out front, and they just let them march out front. And then once they got into right where they was in a little clearing, the National Guard up fangs on them, shot them niggas from the back, set up a trap on old Hitler, man, and threw him in the clink. This in 1923. If y'all want to check out some real stuff, what was going on over there in Germany, man, get a real picture of the world of Europe, go read Mein Kampf. It was written in 1923. While from this, Hitler gets shot May 1st, right? May Day. Hitler gets shot, right? And gets thrown in jail. He writes Mein Kampf, his great work. You dig what I'm talking about? Go peep it out. If you never read it, just read it. Don't listen to what nobody else tell you about Hitler. Read what Hitler say about himself. You dig what I'm saying? And then let him tell you about the world and why he did what he did. I ain't saying it's right. It's utterly repulsive. But let him tell you why he did what he did. You dig what I'm talking about? You don't get shot in a person's house if you don't go in their house, right? Okay. All right. I'm just saying. Prohibition is revoked in New York. Them boys was getting litty. You dig what I'm talking about? Hey, did marijuana get legalized in New York this year? Somebody look that up for me. Well, let me look at it. Let me see. Let me see if it's legalized in New York yet. Is marijuana Legal in New York. It is now legal for adults 21 and older to possess up to 3 ounces of cannabis and up to 24 grams of concentrated cannabis for personal use in New York. Huh? Hey, man. Y'all think I just be making this shit up? I just put it out there, man. This is just the possibilities. You dig what I'm talking about? We just looking at possibilities, but it's gonna be some real striking ones that come up in 2023 or 1923. Huh? Let's see. Let's see what we got right here. Some other ones. Britain formally recognizes Abdullah as leader of Transjordan. So he was working with the Crackle. The first 24 hours of Le Mans. Women wearing trousers is legalized in the United States. Wow. The USSR and China exchanged diplomats. They've been doing it ever since. South African Indian Congress is formed. I think that's what this would be your boy Gandhi in there. King Boris III and Premier Stambovsky are overthrown in Bulgaria. Harry Houdini frees himself from a straitjacket. Little old log cabin in the lane is recorded. The Sun Yat-sen Military Academy is founded in China. This is interesting, the very first aerial refueling take place. 1923. Queen Wilhelmina and Prince Henry of the Netherlands visit London. Dock worker strike across Britain. 17 people are killed, injured in a crash on a railway in New Zealand. The Central Executive Committee accepts the Russian Empire becoming the USSR. A year abroad is introduced for students at the University of Delaware. Look at this. July 8th, President Warren Harding visits Alaska. Remember this day. Remember this. He visits Alaska July 8th. 23 people killed in large hailstones in Russia. Odd. All political parties in Italy that are not fascists are dissolved. Be careful, America. Harry Frazee sells the Red Sox for $1 million. The Hollywood sign is dedicated, reading Hollywood Land at the time. Many of y'all seen the movie where they had Hollywood Land, where they showed that it really said that. Roy Chapman Andrews is the first to discover a dinosaur egg. The new constitution is accepted by the parliament in Italy. A new divorce law is accepted by the House of Lords in Britain. Harry Pellicer wins the Tour de France. Oh, look at this. Be careful. Be careful, Biden. August 3rd. August 3rd, 1923. Calvin Coolidge becomes the president of the United States. Why? Because Warren G. Harding died in office. Huh? Warren G. Harding died in office in 1923. Be careful. Be careful. Henry Sullivan becomes the first American and third person ever to swim the English Channel. The premier of Netherlands resigns. Gustav Stresemann becomes chancellor and foreign minister in Germany. Gustav Stresemann becomes premier in Germany. Mustafa Kemal Atatürk Pasha becomes president of the Republic of Turkey. The Turks. U.S. Steel Corp enforces an 8-hour workday. What was they enforcing before? I wonder. Imam and Delaria Valera is arrested in the Irish Free State. Let me see. Strike of dock workers. Pavel Nuri sets the world record 1 mile. Mandate of Rwanda Urundi is given to Belgium at the League of Nations. Corfu is occupied by Italian troops. Mussolini demands an apology from the Greek government for the death of an Italian general and his staff on their border. They wasn't playing. September 1st, 142,000 people are killed by an earthquake in Japan. Wow. Didn't they just have an earthquake in Turkey? I wonder how many people were killed in that. I wonder how many people. How many people were killed in the latest Turkey earthquake? Hold on, let me look at this real quick. Oh, it's not showing you. That's crazy. All right. Let's look at this real quick. Now, I was just looking at something just a minute ago that gave more concrete numbers. And this ain't the only earthquake, if I'm not mistaken, in 2020. Let me see. Damn. Earthquake were followed by more than 2,100 aftershocks. The seismic sequence was the result of shallow strike flip faulting. As of 21st of February 2023, over 50,200 deaths have been confirmed. Moreover, 43,500 in Turkey and 6,600 in Syria. Dang. That's 2023. Sheesh. Bill Johnson wins the international lawn tennis. Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands celebrates her silver jubilee. Interpol is formed. Interesting. Let's go look down here some more. A demonstration of 80,000 people takes place in Amsterdam over the fleet law. What is that? You dig what I'm talking about? Let's go look at this. Let's look at this. Okay. Let's go. Let's just look at this one real quick. This is from a site called Europeana. Make sure y'all can see that. All right. Oh, okay. The large-scale demonstration was organized by a workforce, the SDAP and the NVV, 1,500 organizations with 250,000 representatives, was against wage cuts. This was labor law. They laying down them rackets. This is mob tactics. Huh? Y'all see it as normal now, but this is old school mob tactic right here. It was against wage cuts, against the Fleet Act, and in favor of maintaining the 48-hour working week. Speakers included Troelstra, Stonish Wilbot, and Susie Gronway. The march went from Schlublier somewhere. Hold on. The march went from Ish Club terrain to the Muselplein shots, overview shots, totally packed Muselplein with demonstrators and numerous banners and flags from local SDAP and NVV chapters 13. Cut down the Fleet Act. Okay. Here they go. Going crazy on the fleet law. I didn't know what that was. The Commonwealth Conference takes place in London. Italian troops leave Corfu. Right? Abyssinia leaves the League of Nations. The Radio Times is published for the first time. British Army leaves Constantinople. Oh, I didn't know that. Edward Hubble identifies the Cepheid star. The experimental calendar is adopted by the USSR. German mark devalues further. They starving these people out in Germany. 4 billion marks. Listen. 4 billion marks equal to $1. That's crazy. The Disney Brothers Cartoon Studio is founded. Self-winding watch is patented by John Harwood. The first planetarium opens in Munich. Shout out to Mount Clemens High School, man. We had a planetarium coming up. It's still there. I'm not sure if it's still in use. I don't think they use it anymore. But we need to get that thing running, man, up for the kids, man. The planetarium is dope. You did what I'm talking about. I came up on my whole life. You know what I mean? To go out there and be able to, travel the galaxy is dope in there, man. It's sweet. The first report on the Teapot Dome scandal was published by the U.S. Senate. What is a Teapot Dome scandal? What is that? On the previous day, the Wall Street Journal had reported an unprecedented secret arrangement in which the Secretary of the Interior, without competitive bidding, had leased the U.S. Naval Petroleum Reserve at Wyoming's Teapot Dome to a private oil company. These niggas is scandalous. He got caught. That's what you get. That's what you get. The government resigns in the Netherlands. Textile workers strike in the Netherlands. Turkey declares independence and celebrates the first Republic Day of Turkey in October 29th, 1923. 5-day weeks are adopted in the USSR. I guess this is the experimental calendar that they're talking about. The beer hall putsch begins in Munich. 16 people die on the second day of the beer hall putsch, and Hitler flees. So he was in there a couple months. Hitler got about that thing. The eternal flame for the tomb of the unknown soldier is lit in the Arc de Triomphe. Hitler is arrested for attempting to seize power. Uh-oh. Dr. Hausmar Schacht is taxed with dealing with Germany's currency problem. Kentaro Suki reaches the summit of Mount Lizuna. I wonder who was calling in these loans that was bottoming out Germany's economy. I wonder. Kentaro Suzuki reaches the Mount of Summit Lizuna. Garrett Morgan patents his traffic signal design. November 20th, 1923. Wow. The Rentenmark becomes the new official currency in Germany. Dog fixed that, didn't he? Fixed that quick in 8 days, didn't he? Lothar Wisch is pardoned by President Calvin Coolidge. The government of Germany under Gustav Stresemann falls. Uh-oh. This is interesting right here. The Dawes Commission is set up to discuss the economic situation in Germany and how it relates to reparations owed to the U.S. So the U.S. has taken reparations from Germany, and you haven't paid Negroes their money? Oh, yeah, y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. You ain't gave the niggas their bread? Indenture, servitude. How about a little slavery, sprinkled in there, You dig what I'm talking about? Remember them 40 acres. And then, first of all, wait, let me get this understood to y'all, too. 40 acres in a mule wasn't nothing new. They promised you 40 acres in a mule if you'll fight in the Silver War or the War of Independence, the Civil War, right? They promised you 40 acres in a mule then. But did you know that in the War of 1812, they promised your grandfather the same 40 acres in a mule? And did you know that many of them got it? I think it's my 6th grandfather. we have records of him fighting in the war, right, of 1812. Or you did want to talk about fifth, sixth grandfather, one of the two, fighting in the war 1812 and getting his land. And then he sectioned off some of the land so the Indians could build a church on it. Shout out my pop peoples, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout out my grandfather. You dig what I'm talking about? About 5 grandfathers ago. If I'm not mistaken, that's not William, that's David. So, man, they get deep, man. So it wasn't the first time that they didn't promise your people 40 acres and a mule. That time they came through with it. What changed in 1866? Huh? What changed in 1865? Y'all know? Anybody ever looked up the Cherokee Acts of 1866? Have you looked at the Chickasaw Acts of 1866? Huh? When millions and millions of acres of your land was given away for nothing. Well, I wouldn't say for nothing. Because they did give your people peonage. And then the people who sold the land got backstabbed. Or it seemed to be backstabbed. Because they was tricking people anyway, becoming people who they never were. Signing treaties for people they can't sign for. Agreeing to things that they couldn't agree to. All for their familiar benefit and to sell out yours. And then those people, right? Those people turned around and enslaved you. And I ain't talking about no white man. They turned around and enslaved you. And then kicked you out the group that you started. They was just mingling in with your people. Why do they call them the 5 civilized tribes? Them the first 5 traders. Those the first 5 traders. You want to know who the traders is? How your people lost their shit? 5 civilized tribes. Because I'm looking at my granddaddy shit. He had 400 some acres. Looking at another great grandfather. He had 120 some acres. Another one, he had 300 some acres. Where is all this land? How could you lose a thing you own? What happened? Where was the business deal done? Where's the contract? Who signed it? Are them niggas even Indians? Because I bet you if we go look at them, I bet you they look Mongoloid. I bet you if we go do their DNA, it says European on the Y chromosome or through the father. So how is you, the Aboriginal people, and your blood and your people come from Siberia? But let's go on a little more. Wilhelm Marx leads a minority government in the Netherlands. This is the Eternal Flame at the Arc de Triomphe. It's still lit today. December 6th, one of the landmark 1923 events, the presidential address is broadcast on the radio for the first time in the U.S. A friendship treaty is signed between the U.S. and Germany. Why? Because Germany then told them we'll get you that bread, cuz. All right, we cool. We cool then. As a matter of fact, what y'all got going on over there? That's what happened. And Germany looked over here in America, and guess what they found? Social Darwinism and eugenics. And they said, this is the way. Huh? A coalition between the Labor and Liberal Party wins in Britain. A price and salary freeze comes into force in Germany. The Canton Bulldogs win the first National Football League championship. Oh shit. In 1923. I didn't know that. King George II is overthrown in Greece. The International Zone of Tangier is established in Morocco. Nepal gains independence. The first transatlantic radio broadcast takes place. Funny thing about this. Albert Pike, the Masonic teacher, Albert Pike, reveals that actually 100 years before this, they had already had the telegraph and it already sent a telegraph in 1828 across the ocean. As a matter of fact, he says there's a war that sparked off in the same place at the same time, if I'm not mistaken, in 1830. That's the Indian War. I'm not saying it. This is just what Albert Pike is saying. You dig what I'm talking about? This is what Albert Pike is talking about. He's saying 100 years before that, we had already had you goofy niggas already boxed in. You dig what I'm talking about? Y'all sent the first one in 1923. We've been doing this since 1828. That's his words. You know what I mean? Go check out Albert Pike. No. I ain't gonna read into that. Let's get down here though. Okay. Let's go up here just a little bit more. Dig this. I'm not going to get into that. We're going to start here at Book of Cosmogony and Prophecy 11 and 6. Cosmogony 11 and 6. Peace to everybody in the Ray in the house, Shamisha in the house. On the Lookout is in the house. Selah in the house. Set Apart Living, Fritz Foxwell. Dreadful, Cali Connect. Spiritual Light is in the house. Elijah 7, Miles Davis, Kevin Sears. What's up, man? Shout out to everybody who come through, man. Show your boy some love, man. Hit that like buttons, man. Share and on your Facebooks and all that shit. You dig what I'm talking about? We can get this thing popping for your boy. Let's go. Let me scoot it over a little bit. Let's go to the book of prophecy, chapter 11, verse 6. Listen to what it said. Cosmogony and prophecy. Science, religion. Listen, there is no such thing as separating science and religion. To obtain knowledge and to do good, these are valuable. Without discipline, knowledge cannot be obtained. Without discipline, little good can be accomplished. Forms and ceremonies must accompany discipline. Otherwise, disharmony overcomes all. These are religion. Oh. To be not puffed up with self-conceit, and to be willing to become good. These are the foundations for a good prophet. But in all gifts, the rules of prophecy should apply. Dig this. If a man is gifted in music, he should study music. Come on, man. Logic. Common sense. Not that you could naturally play. Yeah, that's cool. You dig what I'm talking about. But you should study music and music theory, and you see what I'm saying, and get immersed into it. And through these actions, this deed, this thing done, you can actually prophesy. You can tap in to where this thing, it no longer even exists. You just playing. Stuff coming out you couldn't even, you can't make on your own. But you tapped in. That applies to prophecy. Actually, it applies to cosmogony. Because it's how it's done. You see what I'm saying? If a man is gifted in music, he should study music and not rely wholly on his inspiration. Don't rely that you good. How many dudes do you know that was dope at basketball? But if they'd had that push, that desire, that want to, that will, that dog, you dig what I'm talking about? That really could have made the league. You know a couple people like that. But they got all the talent in the world, but won't work. They don't eat right. You dig what I'm talking about? They ain't doing the things that it takes to try to better yourself, and it is what you already gifted at. Huh? How many people you heard say, man, I wish I could have did it a little different. You did what I'm talking about? I could have been in the league. Football, basketball, baseball. How many times you done heard that? Music. Man, I ain't even take it serious like that. And everybody be saying, yeah, dog was nice, but I don't know why he ain't never. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. One relying wholly on his inspiration, and one studying what he already gifted in. Right? They shouldn't rely wholly on inspiration or the Vortexian tie. If gifted in healing, he should study to learn to apply the researches of others. And not only rely wholly on the Vortexian currents for inspiration and application, as in IG laying on of hands. Listen, if gifted in prophecy, he should learn the rules of the vortices and planets. This is cosmogony. cosmogony. You talking about a big bang. You think something gonna blow up, and well, then how does it start spinning? Oh, now it ain't spinning. Don't none of this shit move. Boy, I be hearing some of the craziest stuff sometimes, man. I be dying not to, you know what I mean, say stuff, man. But I hear the craziest stuff. But if a man is gifted, if he is gifted in prophecy, he should learn also the rules of what? Vortices. We ain't none of us got taught this in high school. Many of y'all don't get this in college. Y'all never even seen the word vortice. Or understand that this is tied to planets or vortexes. So what did it say? Don't be puffed up. This just new information. You did what I'm talking about? And OSP don't give a damn how you feel. And neither do I. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. And it's up to you to look through it. On you. It's all on your own. If gifted in prophecy, he should learn the rules of vortices, cosmogony, and prophecy, and planets. The combination of gifts with good learning, this is the highest. He who heals by the laying on of hands only gives off the vortexia he has previously received. A lot of people don't believe in laying on their hands. It's only given off as you would understand. You're only giving off your own electromagnetic charge. Your own electromagnetic energy that your body generates, that you can scrub your socks up on your carpet and get some of this electromagnetic and electrostatic energy, is stored in your body. You can learn to give somebody some. That's the laying on of hands. Make it look totally different, don't it? Take the whole spooky shit out of it, right? You know what I mean? And then guess what? After you, just like a battery, after you do the thing you do and give off your energy, you go recharge. Watch this. Watch what OSP say. We're going to start back at the beginning. He who heals by laying on of hands only gives off the vortexia, which y'all understand is energy, right? And many of y'all understand it as electromagnetic energy. He only gives off the electromagnetic energy he has previously received. Where you get it from? From nature, from creation. It's all around you. You can charge yourself with sunlight. Listen, don't believe cosmogony. I don't care. But let him see to it that he replenishes himself by what? By sunlight. You lying, cosmogony. I hate it. I don't care. You can cry all you want. You can try to fight this shit. But this is how it works. Nigga, you've never even heard of this. Shut up, sit back, get you some Wawa. Put some Wawa in your sippy cup. And sit your ass down and learn something you ain't never heard before. I would run from a waspy too. Nigga, we not talking about no profits. We making them. Huh? You can't charge yourself by the sun, Cosmo. Let him see to it that he replenishes himself by the sunlight. Uh-oh. So-called. By the so-called sunlight. Oh, yeah. We on your head. Light don't even come from the sun. And how you replenish yourself? By sunlight and trees and herbs and ground to walk upon. Huh? They call this grounding. For giving away, for that spark that you had previously had, right? For giving away of that and healing somebody without replenishing it will soon result in nothing, or what you know as death, or the ability to do it again, because you haven't charged up the battery. You can't make it go as fast as it goes because your battery ain't charged up. As a young child sleeping with a very old person loses vortexia, becoming emaciated, or as a negative husband is devoured by a positive wife, or a negative wife devoured by a positive husband, so is the prophet consumed by the multitude. Huh? This ain't no game. We're not playing. When a prophet has attained to discharge vortexia so as to make raps or make stuff move, boom, bap, beep, boop, do, do, make stuff do, do, do. Somebody knock at the door when you want to, or something like that. When he has attained to discharge vortexia so as to make those rapping sounds happen, right, at will, he is also subject to the presence of people from the unseen worlds. It's not you doing it, nigga. It's not you. You're not special. It's the spirit working through you. How does it work through you? Because your body is clean now. You don't spiritually stink anymore. And in concert together, the man and the spirit can discharge vortexia stored in the man. But it ain't you. Uh-oh. Kill that big eye shit. Oh, I'm going to go inside, and I am going to go deep in my mind and find the recesses of God. Shut up! It ain't you. You ain't special. You just high off a mushroom. Everything comes from outside man into man. Huh? He ain't giving off shit. That's why Creator telling you to do something good. Because you don't do shit else no other time. Huh? Really look at yourself. How many of you do 50% of your time in a day doing something for somebody else for nothing back? Shut your face. You dare talk to me. Better than you. You better get in line with the rest of us. We regular over here. We know we ain't got it all. But we rather be righteous than right. We love our Creator enough to just freaking look what it's saying. They won't even look. And then got the nerve to say, well, I don't believe that. What don't you believe? We're not dealing with belief. This has absolute rules and mathematics that governs it. I'm not playing with you. What I'm trying to tell you is get that selfishness out you. Stop being so self-centered. I'm going to meditate so hard that I go into a spirit. Shut up! You ain't doing none of that. Huh? Don't you know everything come to you? It's all out there. Now it's just about attracting it. And guess what? You got to do something then too. This is why shalom is inevitable. Like Mr. Smith said, in the Matrix, the creator gang is inevitable. Gonna change the world, man. We talking a whole new side. What are you talking about? You're not even talking about anything. We talking about teaching niggas how to prophesy. Look at the difference. But I wanted to show you it ain't you. Why? Because he is also subject to the presence of people from the unseen worlds, and these people. What? These spirits, being spirits or angels, use this vortexia, which is stored up in you, Mr. Battery, for a foundation for Sargis, what you niggas misunderstand as a miracle. This is how you take 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish and feed 5,000 people, nigga. It's the Sargis. It's what you niggas don't get. This is why it's a miracle to you. This is why it's spooky. Huh? Your ancestors been doing this forever. 26 years, less than 6,000 years. You've been oppressed for having this knowledge. Huh? Because you never would praise a God. Why would you praise something you gonna be tomorrow? We never praise Geechee Manito. We always knew Geechee made Manito. So we don't praise Manito. Huh? It ain't you. When a prophet has attained the discharge for Texia so as to make raps at will, that's also move stuff. He is also subject to the presence of people from unseen worlds, and these people, being spirits or angels, same thing. So quit with that, oh, the energy dies and it turns into another thermodynamics, of the angels. No, nigga. Men die and turn into angels. After a time, you get to a rank of angel, you call the Lord. After some more time, learning some more stuff, you get to a rank, an angel called Lord God. After some more time and some more learning and some more headache, you get to an angelic rate or rank called God. Nigga, why would I praise God when I'm about to be him? Y'all got to wake up. Y'all got to wake up, Creator calling y'all. He calling y'all. And you hear it. You can't act like you don't hear it. If you shut up for a second, you will hear it. You think it's you. You so selfish. You so goddamn selfish. You think it's you talking in your mind. Why? Because you so narcissistic, you can't get out your own goddamn way. Huh? The ancient prophet called the worshipers to sit in the dark. Why? Because all people give off negative current in the dark. Do I gotta prove it? Hold on. I don't just be talking. My boy did. Listen, I got faithists that don't. But you know what I mean. When they say that these people had a glow to them, watch this. Watch this. Nigga, this is still going on today. Watch this shit. I don't be talking, man. Cosmon don't be talking. I do a lot of showing. Watch this. They told you the irons. They told you the irons had a little glow to them, a little spark, a little twinkle in the eye. Huh? Y'all niggas forgot that y'all was animals. Man is an animal. Did y'all know that the human body glows in the dark? It gives off light. Did you know that? It's infinitesimal. But the human body glows. Listen, the human body glows by emitting a visible light in extremely small quantities at levels that rise and fall with the day. This is why I keep telling y'all, black folks is the people of the night. We the people of the moon. White folks is the people of the sun. They use it. We use moon. We store that shit and use it at night. All living organisms. Shut up. Because we're not going to keep talking. Because all living organisms, including humans, produce and eliminate some degree of light and hence glow. Come on, man. But it's just not easy to detect the light. But remember, we just said just because you can't see a thing, it's not proof that it don't exist. You feel me? They'll try to say we pseudo. That light is negative. It is called dark. Just like on the side of the planet that is facing away from the sun, what's over there? It's dark. It's night. The opposite polarity of the negative ion that's on the dark side is called light on the side that's facing the sun. So you got light and dark on the planet at the same time, all the time. And that only works on the globe model. But why he had him sitting in the dark? Why? Because he can read that vortexian light. He can see it. You can learn to see it too. Look, the ancient prophets called the worshipers to sit in the dark. Why? Because all people give off negative current in the dark. It's light, which they received. This is how they got it, as positive in the light. They got it from the sun. Huh? Cosmon don't be making this shit up. Niggas glow in the dark. So when they tell you that these pale white niggas who's half goddamn angels may have some motherfucking aura around their goddamn ass, goddamn. So if you can, if that's possible, you can goddamn for sure well bet that it's some albine niggas who is 3 feet tall who sure built the mounds. You can show sugar is better. Because if people glow in the dark, then what they saying about is about the glow in the eye and the skin of the iron is possible. Not only possible, it's probable. This nigga is half goddamn angel. He half angel, which they received as positive. They received what? The vortexian current, which you call light, that wave, that etheric wave, positively through their skin. And it is emitted in the dark. The people who store up the most light during the day give it off at night. This is why all the ancient Algonquin special ceremonies, especially with the corn and all that, go off at night. Huh? They ran off the lunar calendar, not the solar. This is why they still confused about, these 13 months over. Because you're looking at the sun. You should be looking at the moon. Huh? They got it as positive in the daylight. That melanin, hold it. Huh? You get up there high in the mountains with that good fresh air where the etheric wave move faster and you emit and you tap in. This is what black folks do. This is why you're the most spiritual people in the world. You can't help it. You emit light when it's the darkest. That is the nature. Huh? Come on, man. This is prophecy. Can you read that light? Can you see the truth even in the dark, in the lie? Can you see the truth in the lie? That's finding creator. That's prophecy. Because if you can look back, guess what you can do? You can look forward. What the ancient prophets had them do? Had him sit in the crescent. Huh? While he sat in the horns. For this reason, the decrees of the prophet were called taus, bulls, even to this day. The false gods took this. False god Luamong, a.k.a. Christ, a.k.a. the nigga in Revelations 19 that's going to come back, you know what I mean, riding a white horse, killing niggas. That's going to have that name that don't nobody know written on him. It's Luamong. Don't never let nobody tell you, well, no man knows you are no man lie. They don't know. Don't ever let nobody put you down for your intelligence because you took the time to look. You cared enough. Don't ever let nobody down talk you. Huh? Best things in the world come from faith. All good things in the world come from faith. They even took this today. Anybody ever heard of a papal bull? Ever heard the bull of heaven? It's right here, the tau. In this form of the altar, the prophet was supplied somewhat with vortexia by the audience. They channeling it to this nigga. This is what it's about. Interaction with the angelic beings. That ain't scary, especially if you doing right. Remember they told you not to let the beings take over you. No, make him prove what the fuck he say he gonna do and who he is. And if he come tell you who he is, I am the great Matthias from the grounds of Metatron, deep into the... Shut up! You a Druja. Where's the rest of you niggas at? Jaja don't do nothing with one nigga. You go. So if you get on one of Jaja boy heads, he gonna get on your head because he brought 30 niggas with him. And then it's 100 more in the small ship they took to get to your house, and then 100,000 more in the ship that got in the ship that they went and took to heaven. What is you talking about? Move like an army. This is why they call it the created game, huh? You gotta have that balance of spirit and corporality in these days, huh? Ignorant niggas instantly gonna fear gang. Good, fear it. The next thing they gonna do, then other people gonna look at you and they gonna say, why is y'all fearing that they over there feeding them babies? My baby hungry. And then they gonna say, oh, y'all over here doing the right thing. Some gonna come, some ain't. Not my fault. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to tear down the bullshit and put a new foundation up so the babies after me can go on and birth that new race. Nigga, I just work. I won't work. I've been feeling for it. Huh? This is how I know I got a great work coming. I'm going to work myself to some more work. Telling y'all, man. Jaja good. And he undefeated. Huh? He undefeated. It's something when you say, I'll go get my daddy. Huh? And you know your daddy coming back with hands? Yeah. That means something on the street when your dad a stand-up dude. That means something. When my little girl said, nigga, you don't want me to go get my daddy. Oh, who your dad? Oh, that meant something. So they treat them different. Because I ain't going to just come get on your top. I'm going to whoop your daddy in front of you. But that's the man in me. What else you going to think of omnipotent creator? What the? You better leave Jaja alone and come on home. You see them street lights on. Don't get no whooping. Don't get no whooping. You see them street lights on. Come on home. Right? It comes to this. Right? That vortexia is unseen power. I would like anybody to show me electricity. Show me the energy behind thermodynamics. I can show you what causes it. I'm saying point to the energy. What they telling you is vortexia is that thing, the unseen power, what you call kinetics, what you call electricity, what you call electromagnetism, what you call gravity. Shit, what you call light. Is the unseen power vortexia. But it is without sense of judgment. It reacts on its own and do what it do because it is. Behind this stands the life of every living thing. And next, behind all, stands Jah. What? All learning, science, and religion are just far off stepping stones to lead man up to him. Huh? To who? Jehovah. The all. Huh? All learning. All science. All religion are just far off stepping stones. Huh? These niggas got whole religions built on science. That ain't gonna, they just far off stepping stones. They just getting you a little closer to lead man up to him. What? To acknowledge this and to keep and to call on him constantly. Is to keep the road open to receive his hand and hear his voice. Cosmogony and prophecy, bro. We see right here. Let's go back right here. Calvin Coolidge becomes the 23rd president of the United States. Comes president of the United States after Warren G. Harding had a heart attack. Had a heart attack. Gets deep. Gets deep. Dig what I'm talking about. Just a little build on that cosmogony and prophecy. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. This for my boy Kev. Did it play? Did it play? It didn't play. That's crazy. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me remove this. Let me remove that. Hold on. Doo-doo. 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 Let me show. Hold on. Hold on. Shout out to my boy Kev, man. Shout out to my boy Kev. Oh, let's get it cracking. Let's go. Yeah, Cosmo gonna get it cracking in this mug now. You dig what I'm talking about? You gonna get it cracking in this mug, you dig? Hey. So, you know, when you get it, when you come with some fire, you can get a. You dig what I'm talking about? When you on here dropping bombs. Yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Cam, man. Creator Gang is in the house, man. Y'all boys is dope. Man. Let's see, man. What y'all got going on? Holla at your boy Cosmonian. Huh? What y'all got going on in here, man? Go down here, man. See what's going on. Shmisha in the house. It's seen. Nazarene faith is in the hitty. Shamisha, you dig what I'm talking about? If y'all getting some understanding today, man, you dig what I'm talking about? If that cosmonian light was right on time with your boy today, man, hit me with a 1 in the chit at. You dig what I'm talking about? Your boy get a 1 in the chit at. He was coming with it a little bit. If you learned a little something today, man, you know, just help you on your way. You dig? Gang. Gang. Shout out Essene Nazarene, Faithist, Elijah 7, in the hitty. My Ima better than Ima. Is that the aura Ima? Yes. Yes. Light is a real thing. It's part of creation too. You dig what I'm talking about? It's part of the creation too. It don't get to escape what Jaja say. You dig what I'm talking about? It got to do what Jaja say too. You dig what I'm saying? Yes, that's the aura. So imagine you being 50% angel. You think your aura turned up a little bit in a little itty bitty small body? I'm just saying. Makes sense to me. Shout out to Iman. Any questions, man? Anybody got any questions? Dig what I'm talking about? Drop something in the chat for your boy. There's a PB show called The Gilded Age about those labor laws. Mahalia Yashara. She says there is a PBS show. I think she's talking about the fleet laws. Check that out, man. She said there's a PBS show called The Gilded Age about those labor laws. Y'all check. I'm gonna check that out now. You think? Because I didn't know nothing about the fleet laws, but now that I know it's about like a labor dispute, you dig what I'm talking about? And I know it tie into what was going on in 1923. I might want to take me a look. You dig what I'm talking about? Fritz Foxwell, peace to the gods and the goddesses. That's right. Was turning the star on the Germans. Yeah, that's yes. This is what I found out, Iman. See, y'all be sleeping on Iman. Iman sharp on you niggas, right? Yeah. That's exactly what happened. Ooh, Iman. And everybody was in. That's the crazy part. Everybody was hiding their hand. Ooh, yeah. Let me see what they talking about in the chat. Might have, yeah. Yo, shoes off in the house. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you like I'm gonna tell you like God told, like the Lord, no. Like the captain of the Lord told Joshua before he praised him, nigga, take them shoes off this holy ground, pimp. And take them shoes off this holy ground here. Hit that thumbs up, man. The real ones, listen, I'm just telling you, if they don't support, the real don't last, man. The real don't last. Well, they do because they grit it out. You dig what I'm talking about? But before it be too late, they be dead. You dig what I'm talking about? Oh, man, I was right about that. I remember hearing about that. Yeah. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout out to the Creative Gang, man. Y'all boys catch on fast. You dig what I'm talking about? Tell you like Joshua. You dig what I'm talking about? Kick your shoes off, homie. You dig what I'm talking about? And spiritual warfare is real deal. Yes. Is this my dog D? Who is it? Oh, Miles Davis. Oh, okay. Shout out Miles Davis. That spiritual warfare is very real. Yes. And they telling you every day what's going on. Facts. Yeah, bro. And the crazy part is the more information you get, the more you see. And we telling you this a whole nigga book over here. It's a niggerish. The OWASP so niggerish. You dig what I'm talking about? Listen, it makes so much, and when I say that, it makes so much street and common sense. There's so much logic in here. Like, yeah, okay, you know what I mean? It don't just it'll know a thing is the truth, right? But then show you something about it in a way that you've never seen before or know about, and then put it on a timeline and give you a way to prove it. Ain't that a Bible? That's what a Bible's supposed to be, right? If God gonna tell you everything about everything, man, he better tell you a whole bunch about a whole bunch. That's what I'm saying a waspy is. You know what I mean? There's something else to this shit. Yeah, and that spiritual warfare is real, bro. They don't believe it, though. They don't believe it. You dig what I'm talking about? Everybody in their whole family been talking about the spirit forever. And now we got black folks that don't believe it. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all like this. I don't care what you believe, personally. You dig what I'm talking about? I could give a damn. You dig what I'm saying? But if you got some melanin, or if you walking around this goddamn earth, and you don't believe in something higher than you ain't got to be calling it spirit. You ain't got to say it's spooky. You can just say, man, I don't know what it is, but it's something. It's something up there. It's something to it. It's too much rhyme to all this reason. The sun worked with the goddamn moon and the stars, moons, quasars. So, somebody had to make this. If you could even give me that, then you can understand OWASP. You dig what I'm talking about? OWASP not even that hard. This is OWASP ain't OWASP. They say OWASP says it's the first fruits. OWASP just the juice for the little babies. Hey, little babies, you want some juice? Because that's what you sippy cup ass niggas really need. You can't eat the fruit. You're gonna choke. But that don't mean you shouldn't know on this juice. You got that just because you can't eat a whole apple. I couldn't eat a whole apple when I was a baby, but I could drink that juice. You ain't gonna smash OWASP like that. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, OWASP is still going to be amazing you every time you open it. I guarantee you. My mind is, I'm 10, damn near 11 years in. You did what I'm talking about? Every single time I open the book, it's boom. And if anything can keep you from that, it's gotta be a spiritual warfare. It's got to be something going on keeping you away from that, bro. You know what I mean? Jaja too good. Shout out to the yo. Can't comment many times that little facts. That's facts, man. Hold on. I'm gonna drop the link in there. Anybody want to come in? You dig what I'm talking about? Hold on. Let me get back to it, man. Come here and chop it up with your partner, man. Cosmogony, man. Jaja boy for real. The real